Good morning. Welcome to Alan's Day. I am down in Tennessee near Jamestown working on our holiday home. There's a few other videos out there on this. I think this is episode or part 55. So yeah, we've been coming down here for a while. Let me show you what I got going on today. This is the some of the trim work to finish off a couple of bedrooms and the bathroom. I'll see how far I get. But this is all stuff made up in Wisconsin. Back at home base in the garage I made up. So we've got window material here. We got baseboard and window trim here. And you saw on one of the episodes where I was working on the window sills. So we've got all those parts sitting here. Now I gotta start cutting it and assembling it. So I'll bring you along once I get one of the windows done and see what it looks like. So see you in a little bit. We are making a small dent in our trim pile. Let me show you what we got going on here. This is just the first phase of the project, is putting in the window sills. Like I said, these are the ones made back up in Wisconsin, and got some of the trim in there. Those are also made up there, cut them for width. I got to fine tune them a little bit. They were all put with Danish oil over the top of the upper pieces. The bottom pieces were Danish oil, and then they were put with a polyurethane over the top of these, just because they're a little more durable. Now, let me show you the process here. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and starts out with some adhesive, my caulking. I use a lot of caulking on this project, and I'm using up the white. I accidentally bought a case of white, which I never buy white. But anyways, this is a good place to burn it up because nobody's going to see it. Start out with putting some caulking on here. And I'm not bashful about how much I'm using underneath the sills here, because this is going to act as an adhesive, and also if any water got down between there, it'll keep it up onto the flashing here. And I don't anticipate getting a lot of water in here because I've got 3-foot sills, or not sills, I've got 3-foot eaves on the house to keep the water away from the windows here. So just put a big old frickin' pile on here. Like I said, I'm trying to burn this white up, so I'm not bashful about putting it down there. Got my caulking on there. Pre-made up all the sills at home, and it just drops right in there. I had to do just a little bit of fine tuning and trimming, but otherwise they're fitting pretty decent on there. Once I got these on there, I am putting a couple of screws in there, and I'm using these finish head screws, real small screw head on there so you can't see it. And I'm putting 2 of those that you're going to be able to see. We're going for the rustic look on here. There's plenty of other little screw holes that'll all blend in with. So push it in. Set it in there a little bit deeper so that that'll fill in with dirt and polish. You'll never see it there. So let me get one more right here. So between those couple of screws and that caulking acting as an adhesive, that should keep it in place for the next 100 years. I got 2 more to put it in. These 2 screws go on the very end, that they're going to be covered up with the end board. There we go. Nice. It's pretty nice outside today. We got a little overcast. We got a little bit of rain on the deck over there. You can hear the birds out here going. But I got to get some inside stuff done here. Now the next step is putting the upper piece up on the top there, the header. That I'm not going to use any adhesive. I am just going to use the Milwaukee nailer. This is a 15 gauge nailer, and I should have, it says 15 gauge right there. I left my 18 gauge nailer up in Wisconsin. Probably could have got by with 18 on the trim work, but there again, like I said, we're going for the rustic look, and you see a few extra nail heads. It's not going to be the end of the world. But I am setting the nails a little deeper than what I normally do, just so they bury up in there and you're not going to see them after a while. So let me get the header put on there. And I pre-cut the cut the header piece in here. So just smack her up flush, and we'll put 6 nails in there. There again, these are going to be hidden underneath the corner pieces. There we go, just that simple. Let me give this side a little smack in over there. Oh, beautiful. Now let me grab a side piece here. Side piece just drops in here, and then this goes underneath the header here. Let me get my my smacker. Couple of well-placed smacks, and that's set into place. Couple of pin nail. Well, the top up here has a little bit of a gap. Since we're going to cover this up anyways, we just put a shim in here. A couple more smacks with the hammer. Closes that gap right up. And that side's on there. Let me do the same thing over on this side. And then what we have to do is, I'll bring you back when we start doing the final trim work around the outside. I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like, or which pieces I'm going to use, or how I'm going to do them. If I'm going to miter them, leave them long. Still debating that. We'll bring you back when I get her figured out. And then we got to put a piece of trim underneath on here. And then we'll have it couple of windows framed up off the list. So it looks like we are making progress in this room, getting rid of all the dirty work in there. Still got closet doors to bring in there, but let me get the window trim done first, one thing at a time. So bring you back when I'm ready to put the trim on. Well, I came up with a plan for finishing off the trim. I've got the wide part on the top, And I'm just running it past with a square joint here. And I got a little filler piece down on the bottom here. I got it 45'd off. Well, let me show you how I set the trim up on here. We got one we got to do yet. I've got the trim pre-cut. And just set it up there, and I need to measure on the end my distance so it's equal on both sides. And the magic number is 5 inches. 4 3/4. So I've got the 4 3/4 set at both ends, and I'm going flush on the bottom here. Some people like to leave a reveal. I like leaving it flush. And you notice that I've got this decorative groove going across here. That's decorative, and also that's where I put my nails, is in that little groove there. Also, you notice the top is 45 on here. That is to keep the dust from collecting up there as much. So let me get this nailed right in the groove here. Get one right in the center. And it stays. I'm flush on the bottom. Come over to the other end, flush it up. And I'm out of nails. Let me go get some nails. These are the 15 gauge like I mentioned, and they are 2 inches long on here. That way they stick into the studs on there. Let me get some nails. It's pretty simple putting nails in here. These are the 2-inch nails. They come in a strip. They've got specific angles. Just literally slide the nails in the gun here, slide it all the way through, and pull the lever all the way back, and we're ready to go again. It's still flush, so shoot it in my groove. This one I got to drop down a little bit. I'll need 2 hands on this. I'll bring you back when I start the sides. And to fit the side in, I just got to cut square so it goes in between. So this is as simple gets as far as a window trimming detail on here. I got that. Flush it up on the inside. Shoot a nail. And just that quick and simple, we got the window framed out here. One more piece. That is the bottom trim edge underneath here. That this goes up underneath here. And I split the difference on each edge. So we got the same amount on both sides. I've got it a 1/2 inch in from the end on here. There again, get up there, shoot a nail. And just like that, we got this window trimmed out. Now, let me pull a tape measure on here. Not only for you if you're going to be doing this again, but I think this is a pretty good combination and proportions for the window framing on here that I've got it for next time. Maybe I'll watch one of my own videos. I like a big windowsill on here that's 9 3/4. we are about 6 inches of overhang from the inside of the window here, inside of the frame. This is a 3.5 inch trim, and the top we're sticking out 5 inches over the edge, and I've got my corners 45'd here. I've got my corners 45'd here, and you saw the 45 under here. I like the 45s. It gives it a little bit of a look on there also. And that's all there is to putting a windowsill in here. Now I just have to finish off a couple more yet tonight. We got the living room and we got a bathroom window. So that's it. Just a quick simple one on how I put a windowsill in. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.